Drive!
Alright guys, hi everyone, we're back. Happy New Year to everyone. It's another year of gaming fun ahead of us. And we've got everyone here, which is great. Debbie's back from her furniture arranging trip. How did that all go? I don't know if you watched the Christmas special or something, Debbie, but your furniture removal skills came up.
I haven't had the chance to yet, but now I got to see.
So obviously we did the Christmas special, the hopefully not infamous Christmas special. Just recapping what we did for the year. But now we're back again, and we're going to kick off straight away with another episode of the Crystal Mage. And here we are. You can see we are when we left our intrepid adventurers, they had decided to bunk down for the night in the Goblin guard room or barracks or whatever you want to call it, where they could recuperate, and they can then spend some time learning spells and memorizing spells, I should say. And we got some bookkeeping to do. First things first, Oglon the fighter has actually been able to level up, so he's gone up to level 2, and he doesn't really get any extra benefits. He just gains extra experience points. So he goes up to, so he's level 2, so he goes up to 13 hit points now. But for the rest of you guys, we've got, because Brad leveled up as a fighter druid, and we've done the hit points, but now we need to, because you've all had a sleep, you get to tell me what spells you're wanting to choose for today. And also, I think, Freljord, you've now got 2 spells I think you can learn.
Yes.
Being a level 3. So we'll start with you, Freljord. So clerics obviously are a bit different from magic users in that they have a whole range of spells that they can essentially choose on a daily basis. They don't have to be set with the same spells. So if I look at your spell list, 103. Go. So you got Cure Light Wounds, Detect Evil, Detect Magic, Light, Protection from Evil, Purify Food and Water, Remove Fear, Resist Cold. So you've got to choose 2 of those.
Hey, all right. What is that? I'm going to take Light.
Light, yep.
And I think... Yeah, and Cure Light Wounds.
Yep. That's pretty standard fit out for a low level cleric.
Low level?
Well,
low level.
1 to 3 is still relatively low level. Light is actually an interesting spell. So obviously you can just cast it to light up an area, but you can actually cast it on people.
Yes.
So you can essentially use you can actually use it to essentially like blind people, and you can actually memorize the reverse of it. In which case it becomes like a cone of darkness, which typically is pretty handy. But it would take up a separate slot. So you got 2 slots. So you could have light, and you could also have darkness as the opposite, but it would be 2 slots. And then of course you've got your cantrips as well. And so what did you want to take for your cantrips? You've got how many did I say you could take? I think you got 2, haven't you?
I thought so. I always forget what they are.
Chromataki.
Yeah, I always take that one.
And then there's also Cure Minor Wounds, which heals 1 hit point. Guidance, Virtue.
I think I'm going to take Cure Minor Wounds and Virtue.
Cool. All right, that's your spell sorted out. So, Renault, the druid. So you're level 2 now, so you have 2 first level spells, which are also from... Actually, no, they're from the druid list. Let me just get the right page for the druids. Druid spells, here we go.
I certainly don't want to double up on spells here. Although I'm tempted to do Cure Minor Wounds.
So we got Animal Friendship, Detect Danger, Entangle, Fairy Fire, Invisibility to Animals, Locate Plant or Animal, Predict Weather, Speak with Animals. So you've got 2 there.
Alright, so I think you mentioned Entangle was only plant life, is that right?
Yeah, all plants present within a 20-foot radius can become alive.
We are literally underground 95% of the time, so I'm guessing that's probably not very useful. Clover can speak with animals, right?
Only little burrowing ones.
No. Okay, so all right, I think I'm gonna bond with with Clover, and I'm gonna start learning to speak with animals. So I'm gonna do that one.
Speak with animals,
Are you calling me an animal?
No, you're talking to burrowing ones. You taught me this skill. I've been listening to you speak with burrowy animals, and now I can speak with all of them.
Oh, I see. Okay.
If I roll right.
So when you take that, it basically lasts for an hour. You can chat with, just don't have a conversation with dolphins. They're not very good conversationalists. It's like, you got a fish? You got any fish? I'd really like a fish.
And you know what? I'm going to pair that up with animal friendship, because why the heck not?
Yeah. Sounds good. And you've got cantrips as well, which are the same list as from that Murph was using. So you've got...
I have guidance and cure minor wounds and virtue.
Yeah, I think you've got 2 of them as well.
Yep.
Any particular ones you want to go with?
I always am going to keep cure minor wounds active.
Yep.
And let me go with guidance as well.
Guidance. Cool. All right, moving on to Ada, the Bard Thief.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you take note of your revised, updated Thief abilities, because you're now level 2 in Thief? Did you write that down on your character sheet?
I did. I think I also have that I can have level 1 druid spells now, and I think I picked Detect Danger. And that's on top of my 2 cantrips that I can have.
Yeah, and what's your 2 cantrips you want?
Can I have... So I've got Detect Danger. I can go from... It's the druid list that I'm going from, isn't it?
That's correct, yep.
Okay. All right, let's go. I always go Cure Minor Wounds, so let's do that.
Yeah.
And because I have to stay true to myself, let's go Water to Wine. I have no idea why.
Okay.
As Jesus intended.
Yep.
I'm just going to have some fun on this trip.
And so you do have your thief abilities written down as far as... I think we had it... I think I've written it down here somewhere.
Yeah, so I've got... in terms of, climbing sheer walls, removing traps.
Yeah, that sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm climbing sheer walls 2 out of 6, removing traps 1 out of 6, hearing noises 2 out of 6, hiding in shadows 2 out of 6, move silently 2 for 6, open locks 3 for 6, pickpocket abilities 1 for 6, pretty lousy thief. And I've written read languages 1 out of 6. What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, read languages let... I'd have to look it up exactly, but I think you can even, at higher levels, you can even read magical scrolls.
And I've got 2 out of 6 chance of lore.
That's a bard ability. Yep. Is it thief? Thief, 74. Okay, read language. A thief, so a thief of 4th level or higher can read non-magical text in any language.
Nice.
So that's from 4th level onwards. So you can't do it at the moment.
I see.
Yeah, but you still got your other abilities. But when you get to 4th level, you can read non-magical text, and I think at some point you can do magical. Maybe that's in a different version, different edition. Oh no, yeah, 10th level. From 10th level or higher, you can actually cast spells from scrolls.
Okay, I've got read language 1 out of 6. So
yeah, don't quite have that. That's no, you have. Yeah, I would ignore the Okay, so I've got different. I've got find or remove traps 3 out of 6. Is that what you've got?
no, I've got climb sheer surface 2 out of 6. Remove traps 1 out of 6. Hear noises 2 out of 6.
Oh, sorry. No, you're right.
Hide in shadows 2 out of 6. Move
Yep.
silently 2 out of 6.
I was looking at a different thing. And that's fine. You're correct.
Open locks 3 out of 6.
I was looking at Tracy's character when she's playing as a thief. All right. Okay.
Crossover. The franchise crossover.
Yep. Okay, Tracy, we move on. Your spells, please. You're now level. What level are you? You are level 2.
Numero 2.
So you have 2 spells. You get read magic anyway, but you got 2 other spells.
Okay. I had written down read magic as one of them.
That's like a freebie.
Okay, gotcha. I will go with charm person and sleep.
Okay, and your cantrips?
My usuals. So can I change my cantrips from any cantrips that are available? Like I know my spells,
No.
I have to choose from the ones I know.
No. Cantrips are they're in your book as well.
But I don't know how I only have 3 starred as available. So is it just those 3? Because I don't have any list.
You would have got one more by going up a level.
Oh, okay. Then the 3 that I had before were Kindle, Ghost Hand, Arcane Bolt. Animate Tool.
What?
Not me talking about some douchebag.
Animate tool?
Animate tool?
Yeah.
I know, right?
A single small tool such as a quill, pen, spoon, sewing needle, or small hammer is animated by this cantrip. It will perform a single repetitive task such as
I could say so much about Oglum at this point. Gosh, dance.
Such as writing dictated words, stirring a pot of soup.
About a small tool.
Yeah. Nailing boards into a house. Yeah. For up to 10 minutes. Up to 10 minutes.
I'm envisioning the paperclip from Word 97 or
yes.
something.
Looks like you're trying to compose a letter.
Like you're trying to find your way through a dungeon. Can I help? No.
Can I help?
Cool. All right. And then Elise, likewise, you are level 2, so you have read magic, but what other 2 spells?
So I'll pick Phantasmal Force and Spook.
Yeah.
Also, for cantrip, I have 4 when I was level 1, so do I have 5 now?
Yeah, that's correct. Yep.
Okay. Can I get back to you on the 5th one? I haven't decided yet.
Yep. Okay. So what are the ones you've got currently?
Currently, I have Change Color, Magic Whistle, Haunting, and Ledger Domain.
So, haunting. Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Just let me know when you pick up the last one. Cool. I think that's all our. The one last thing is to do with your torches, because you've been in that room for about 8 hours. You all took
Starting
turns.
to smell a little rank in here.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've been
Honestly,
on, and
2 out of 5 on TripAdvisor.
And you've been able to get stuck into that beer that was in that keg that was in the room too, as well. So you're feeling a bit.
Water to wine. It's gonna come in handy.
Torches. So you lose. I think they last an hour each. So you've had about 8 torches you have to scratch off your list. So.
Are there any torches in here? Because surely they don't just sit here in the dark.
No, they wouldn't. No.
And we could also like break furniture and make torches.
All right. Well, I'll say they had a lantern there, so I'll make it half that. So you lose 4 torches. So I think you had 21 between you guys. So you lose another 4. So you're down to about 16.
Is the lantern reusable
17.
if we find some oil later on?
You could, yeah. And when you have a lantern with oil, it lasts for, I think, where is it? Lantern expires. A lantern lasts for 3 hours, 4 hours. A lantern lasts for 4 hours with 1 flask of oil.
So can we bring the lantern with us, and if we find oil later on, we can use it?
Yep, you can do that. And
Tracy, you're on mute.
What was that?
Oh, I thought Tracy was talking.
Oh, sorry, I was. Thank you. I actually have 2 flasks of oil with me, according to my notes. I had listed that I had one before, and then I replaced it and bought 2.
Okay. Did anyone who used oil on the gelatinous cube? Didn't some?
That was probably me then, so I didn't mark one off. So I only have 1 left.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, and I think there is one last thing I need to show you guys, and that is the quick sketch that Elise did after she was possessed. So she was possessed by the spirit of Zonus, the necromancer.
Do you know, when you said that, can I just interrupt, Dungeon Master? When you said that quick sketch, I suddenly had like a flashback to that meme of like Leonardo DiCaprio sketching Kate Winslet.
Like one of his French girls?
He's just doing it. Sketching nudies.
Wearing only this, yeah.
Sketch me like your French dungeons.
Quick sketch.
Sketch me like one of your French dungeons.
Like one of your French goblins.
That's quite funny because Kate Winslet would be too old for him now, wouldn't he? Okay. Yes. So we have a sketch that Elise was. So basically, when she was possessed, she had the memories of Zonus, but after, obviously, when the spirit left her body, she has still retained the memories for a brief period, and so she had a grubby goblin pillowcase that she started quickly drawing out a map before the memories faded, and this is what she.
Really hope that somebody brought hand sanitizer on this campaign. Grubby things that we're touching.
And that's what she drew. Sorry. Can you see that?
The masterpiece.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh.
Now, remember, it's only from the memories of the necromancer, and he was the very first wizard of the castle. So he's obviously remembering the dungeon as it was when he was alive. So if there's been any changes to the dungeon layout since he passed, he wouldn't remember where they are, because it's not like his spirit goes wandering around the dungeon. It stays in his crypt. But yeah, so
he needs to get out more.
That we're at right now.
So you guys are. If I just.
Is that supposed to be the layout from where we are now, or once we get into the actual?
So
castle?
this is his crypt, and this is where you are now. So some of it will be parts of things that you've already been. So, like I think this one here is where the Minotaur is. You can see that. And then these are the cells. Yeah. So obviously all this area up north around here and all that is you haven't explored that area at all. All right, so you're I don't know if
Did you just write "you're here" on the map?
I didn't write that. Tracy did, I think.
Yeah, you are here.
Looks like you're gonna start scrolling red rum on the walls.
Okay, so you've woken up. We've got all your spells sorted out. You've adjusted, your torch levels and got the lanterns and so on. I've got it that when you're moving around, that Elise and Oglom were carrying torches, because Freyord, Ada, and Clover, you all have night vision. You can all see in the dark. Although when the torch is on, it kind of negates that to some extent. While the humans in the party, so Elise, Renault, and Oglom, obviously can't see in the dark, but I think we've got Oglom and Elise carrying torches.
Yes, I like that it took 90% of the campaign to establish that I could see in the dark. What was I doing before?
That was because the DM was useless. It's the same with Murph being a tiefling. It's like I didn't realise that you actually. So all of a sudden you went, I can see the light.
Oh wow! I thought in my eyes before.
It's a level up.
Yeah.
Should have gone for Specsavers. Sorry, that joke doesn't make sense to anyone except yours.
Okay, so by your rough calculation, you think it's early morning, maybe around 8 o'clock in the morning ish. Obviously, you're underground, and your estimation of passage of time is not that accurate. But yeah, by your calculations, you think it's probably early morning. So you've woken up. You had an uneventful night, thankfully. So what do you want to do next?
Before we move on, I want to say last night, before I go to bed, I put one Phantasmal Force spell into the Ruby Stone.
Oh yes, that's right. You got it can store spells,
right,
can't
yeah.
it?
How many spells can it hold? Do we know?
No, you don't know.
Would we know? Or we don't know? Okay. Can I try to throw a sleep spell in there before I go to bed?
Okay.
Or does it take a long time, so only one of us could add a spell per night?
No, it can store multiple. I'm just thinking if it would be able to handle both illusionist and magic user spells at the same time. And I have a feeling that it probably can. So let me just double check in the book. In which case that would be perfectly fine for you to do that. Let's see. Owen Stones, here we go.
And then before we move on, I have a question about the map. Like after that.
Okay, Elise has got the ruby stone. Okay. Yep, you could do that, Tracy. You could cast a spell into it. You can only use one spell from that at a time.
So I'll cast a sleep spell into it.
Yep, we can do that. Okay.
Actually, before I say that, let me just triple check my notes that I hadn't used both of my spells because I wouldn't have any left cast into it.
You didn't cast sleep.
No, I didn't. I don't think I cast any spells, so I just used my cantrips last time. So yeah, I'll cast sleep in.
Cool. All right. So yeah. So you don't know how many spells it can hold, and I guess you'll find out when you cast a spell into the stone, it kind of just sort of glows momentarily as it sort of absorbs it, and then it goes inert again until you activate it. All right.
So I have a question about the map.
Yes.
So I know you were here and I don't know how to delete it now, but you said we haven't been up here.
Yep.
In my drawing, we have been up here. This was where we found the dead ghoul and the big giant dead spider and brass key up here somewhere, and the dragon. Like, isn't this towards the dragon?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know what you've
direction.
I don't know what you've drawn, but I can't comment on whether or not your map is accurate or not.
No, I'm thinking the wrong direction because it's blocked off here, but it's not blocked off for real. Like, that's not a block. So, oh wait, goblin. Yeah. I have it listed that this way should be towards the elemental room, and that this way is towards, there's a cell, so that's what that is. I thought it was on the other side. But then I have those stairs. I have, this is probably the ghoul. And then maybe this is the spider? Okay, I guess we'll figure this out, because I also have the dragon up here somewhere. So I don't know. Okay, you can delete all of my marks. I'll figure out what the hell's going on, but I have written down that I have parts of a map that go up there, so we'll see. For people following along from home, Clover just failed as a math person, I think.
If only you had a map maker in the group.
Yeah, right?
Renault is actually a map maker.
I'm technically a map maker, I was going to say, but I've kind of outsourced this to Clover.
All right. So I will now move us back to the actual dungeon.
And just for my benefit, because my brain is not what it used to be, what's the purpose that we're going into this castle for again?
You're investigating the disappearance of Alcar the Mage.
Okay, right. Thank you.
And you remember back in those cells, you've got the one of the apprentices that's been imprisoned, and the Water Maiden, or one of the servants also, you are imprisoned in those cells, and you found also the body of another apprentice that appeared to have been horribly tortured before he passed. Yeah. So, and the dragon was Derek the dragon was imprisoned by Alcar. You kind of been exploring Alcar's menagerie. All right. So, what's the plan?
Are we still trying to make our way up into the castle from the dungeons?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
I think so.
Yeah, I think we should go north on the map. So I should clover it up. We should go north. Just saying.
All right then.
Like, follow the map. We got
Everybody
the map.
find your travel partner.
Everybody remember where we parked.
All right, so you can basically move out. You can
somewhere.
move out and move out of the room and decide where you want to go.
This is the part that I hate, because my roll d20 does not.
Mine's
Just
not good.
lags.
Yeah, mine's not good either. Man.
Let's do one thing.
Well, I'm happy to move you guys if you need me to.
Please.
And over.
Oh.
All right, we're all out. All right, lead on. Somebody.
Somebody move me.
All right. So you're going to assume some sort of movement order, because Clover's just racing ahead again.
Sorry. Did we ever go to the other way?
So this direction here is... Oh, you can't see that. This direction... That direction there is back towards the crypt that you just came from.
Okay, so we did. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm good with where I am now.
So Oglin will take up the back end, Freyord's to the front. Then we have Renault with Clover, side by side, Elise, Ada, and then Oglin taking up the rear. So, so as you can see, you've come to a corner. And getting off light. What do you do? It's odd. There you go. So that's going north. If Clover wants to go with the going north, that's the way to go. Alright, so as you're coming up there, alright, so as you come to, you can see that there is an opening, and again there's across here there is like a portcullis again, indicating another cell.
Where's the portcullis, Neil? I didn't see anything show up on the map.
It's not actually showing up on the map. Sorry, but basically across where Elise is now, along here. Basically, from this part of the wall to that part of the wall, there is a portcullis, and then on this side of the wall here, there's a lever, obviously to lift the portcullis. And where is it? So it's about a 20.
Can I see anything inside there? If it's dark?
So it's about a 20-foot square room, and you can see that there is a large bear-like creature, which
it's a bear-like creature, but it's not an actual bear.
No, it's not.
That's a sloth.
It's kind of got fur, but also feathers, and it's asleep, and it's just sort of crumpled up, and it looks like a large sort of bird, but it's kind of like a bear.
It's a griffin.
It's a griffin.
Hey, little
griffin is part lion, not part bear, people. Sorry.
I shall call it Peter.
The griffin.
And it's sort of curled up, and it's kind of asleep, and there's bones lying around it.
It's Jonathan.
We'll call it Derek Jr.
So,
you're going to go up to this cage like a kid and just rattle and go, "Do something!"
Puppy! So, Renault.
Mm-hmm. I can talk to animals as of 10 minutes ago.
I know. I don't want to tell you what to do, but it might be really cool to have a giant bear on our side. You don't have to. Oh, don't go in the cage. Jesus Christ! Don't go in the cage.
I want to be the. I want to be the griffin. The griffin whisperer.
The griffin whisperer.
So Neil, can I softly speak to it in kind, gentle tones?
I will check if it applies to these sort of creatures. One moment.
It's not a normal kind of animal, is it?
No. The word you guys have been searching for is actually owlbear.
Wait, I've heard of this before.
I'll grin and bear it.
If you've seen the recent Dungeons and Dragons movie, you would be very
Yes, that's where it's from.
You would be very familiar with the owlbear, which is
the owlbear was definitely a thing.
It's cool. It does like a Hulk, Avengers Hulk thing. It's it's really cool. Druid spells. Here we go. 146.
Can I speak to fantastical beasts like this?
Yeah, that's what I need to check. So
I
you want
must
to? So
know.
speak. You want to? So you want to try and
the owlbear?
You want to speak
be the owlbear
with the
whisperer.
animal. Okay. It says here ordinary animals or giant versions of ordinary animals may be targeted.
And this is no ordinary animal.
No, this is a little bit more sort of magical. Because
You're
owlbear.
putting that away.
Yeah,
But does it burrow?
Give it a shovel.
It would be. I think it wouldn't be called a burrow at that point. It'd be called a cave or something.
I don't know. It's underground.
No, owlbears aren't known for burrowing. They're generally, hang around in forests and But at the moment he's still asleep, so you haven't made too much noise yet to wake him up.
Well, that's a shame.
You could rattle the cage if you want to wake him up. I don't know.
I would choose not to rattle the cage if I can't speak.
I don't know how well he will react to that.
I think you're coaxing us into our early demise, Neil.
Does anyone know anything about these animals, though? Because, like, how intelligent are they?
Detect law.
Good question. That's a good idea, Bud. What is the roll for that? It's 1 or 2, isn't it?
2 out of 6.
Roll a d6, please.
Yes. 1d6.
Oh, I missed that sound.
Okay, you rolled a 4, so nothing comes to mind. Yeah, I mean, owlbears. I think you've heard the term owlbear, but none of you guys really know much about them. All you know from what you can actually see before your eyes is they're big. They have big claws and big beaks. They don't
almost like it's half owl and half bear.
Yeah. They don't look like they necessarily need to be messed with. They're quite large, and the bones that's lying around them indicates that they're definitely carnivorous.
Oh, now you mentioned bones. Okay, I wish I had seen that before.
He is on the other side of the cave, so if we politely wake him up, we can try talking.
Hey, it worked for the dragon.
Oglov's walking over to the lever going, oh, what's this lever do?
Yeah.
No!
Clover pulls out a dagger. Don't you dare.
Pulls out a spray bottle. No.
Down, Oglum, down. Or was that me? You're spraying the gnome to stop attacking your NPC?
Ogdom's feeling like he wants to get into a fight. It's like, let me pull the lever. All right. Anything else you're wanting to do here? You want to wake him up? You can wake him up if you want.
Maybe the bard can sing to it.
He is in a cage, right?
Yes, at this point, yes.
At this point.
At this point, that's ominous.
So I'm also guessing, like, if speaking with animals doesn't work, animal friendship doesn't either, right?
Not for sort of magical, mythical type creatures. It's more for your dogs, your cows, your camels, your sheep. Yeah, that sort of
I do not. If I ever ask to cast the spell Befriend Sheep, I want you to stop me.
Keeps you warm at night. What's the complaint about?
I'm going to pull some wolfsbane out of my bag. We'll just kind of wave it around, see if it wakes it up, see if it does anything at all.
Okay.
Did I waste my money on this damn wolfsbane because it does nothing?
You've been standing there now for a bit, and you've sort of been conversing and talking about what is it, and then Oglam's sort of wanting to pull the lever, and now Clover's doing this sort of Morris dance type thing with the Wolfbane.
Wolfsbane Morris dance.
Yeah, and the owlbear stirs, and you see its sort of head, and it's like the description, owlbear. It's got kind of like an owl-shaped head with quite a large, sharp beak, and it sort of rises up and it looks at you guys, and it sort of ruffles its feathers, and then it it's still a bit drowsy, so it's kind of just sort of stomps over to the portcullis and sort of just curious. It's actually more curious than anything.
Is it sniffing at my wolfbane?
They don't really kind of sniff. I don't know. Do birds sniff? I haven't really seen birds sniff.
I don't know.
No, it's kind of sort of just its head's kind of cocking a little bit as it's kind of just sort of sizing you guys up, because obviously there's a few of you there, and he's just sort of just looking. His head sort of.
I stand beside.
What was that, Elise?
I stand beside the liver so Oglam can't pull the liver.
Yeah.
I'm just standing there going, pull the lever, do it. Go on.
And
Clover's gonna just be like completely like, hi, you're adorable.
Meanwhile, I've turned water into wine and I'm just standing there sipping from my flask.
It's at this point he's not necessarily. Well, we don't know. We haven't actually determined the gender of the owlbear, but it hasn't appeared to be aggressive yet.
Always the yes.
Well, everything is dependent on what you guys do.
Do we have anything to
I'm gonna walk forward to it, to where the cage is, and my hands are going to be up like this, not holding up any weapon, and I'm going to just kind of lower myself down a little bit to not have a threatening pose and ask, can you understand what it is I'm saying?
How close are you to the portcullis?
Close enough that it can't touch me.
Okay, so you're standing back about a meter or so from the portcullis.
There, so yeah.
And so you just remind me again what you're doing. So you sort of hands up.
So I'm like non-threatening. I'm not holding any weapons up, and I'm trying to make myself appear smaller, and asking if it can understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do with owlbears. You're supposed to play dead, climb the trees, or run like I'm not sure which one it is.
Expose your belly.
All right, so the owlbear sort of looks at you guys. He just sort of looks at you, Freyjord, and then he sort of rises up, showing his full sort of size, and then you can sort of kind of see his eyes narrow a little bit, and then he sort of lunges forward with his hand through the gaps in the portcullis towards you, but you're just tantalizingly out of reach, and you sort of go, and then it sort of bangs against the portcullis a little bit, and the portcullis starts to shake visibly.
Clover backs up, puts her wolfsbane away.
So Murphy, you're just out of the way of the owlbear.
Right. So I'm going to stand up a little straighter, and I'm going to look at it in the eyes. And can you understand what it is I'm saying?
And it just sort of doesn't seem to comprehend what you're saying.
Okay.
It is basically.
Gosh darn wolfsbane.
It's basically all.
It's a scam.
It's a scam.
That's right.
All right. So shall Oglam pull the lever then? Okay. Yep.
No.
No.
Oh no.
Leave it
Bad
be.
over, bag on.
We'll just move on. We'll come and release you when we're done.
All right.
And
So
I'll,
as you
like,
can see to
Toss a
your
carrot
right,
into
I mean,
the
Elise-
cage.
Elise will
I'm gonna
figure it
toss a
out like in
carrot.
an hour, and we'll come back, and she'll save the day.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna happen.
I'll toss a carrot into the cage.
I even remember where we left all of these people and creatures that we said, "Oh, we'll come back. Yeah, we'll finish the campaign and we'll come back and release you." Do we even know where half of them are anymore?
I do. I think I do because I thought we'd been here before. So maybe
Is
not.
it a zoo? Are we at the zoo?
It's kind of a zoo.
Well, I did use the word menagerie before. So, all right. So to your right, the passageway continues eastward.
Go. We're going east.
I guess we're moving.
We're on the move.
Just trying to update my map because I'm assuming the map that I have is of a different northward thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep well, beautiful owl bear.
Boom, sucker.
Is that where we say, "I'll be back"?
I'll be bear.
Okay. Clover, still packing away your wolfsbane. There it is. All right. So you're coming a little bit further along. You come to another room, and obviously past a passageway going northwards. This room in front of you, that you can see here, is quite dark. It's not lit up at all, except for obviously now you're bringing torches. So yeah, but it's a dark room, and you can see some sort of like low tables or benches. So there's low benches, and on these benches there's a series of boxes.
Should we check for trap before opening the boxes?
No, they're not boxes as like in chests. They're kind of like open wooden tray boxes, sort of thing.
Okay, let's have a look.
And then you can actually see that growing in these boxes, you can see that there's actually soil in them, and there's mushrooms growing in the wooden box trays, or whatever you want to call them. And there are lots of different types of mushrooms. And Renault, being a druid, he can definitely see that there's quite a few common ones that you can actually eat. But there are a number of ones which are not that familiar to Renault, and what they are or whatever, you're not that sure. So, like I said, there are some regular mushrooms that you could actually harvest and eat, but there are at least 5 different ones that aren't that familiar to Renault. There's one which is like a white body with like a cone-shaped red head with white spots on it. Then there's
I think I dated her.
There's another one which is like a pale white fin mushroom, which it actually glows.
I think I dated him.
It actually glows faintly white. A white.
Oh wow! Didn't do that.
It's a neat trick.
There's another type of mushroom which has like a thin stalk with a small little rounded head, which actually glows white, and it kind of just sort of waves.
It waves
like this. It sort of moves like this, sort of side to side. And then there's a short, stubby one with a blue rounded head. And then lastly, there's like a large, sort of off-white, sort of conventionally looking mushroom, but it's quite large. So these are the ones that are not normal ones that Renault can identify as being easily for food.
A conventional looking mushroom.
Elise took a huge step back because you remember what happened last time they came across mushrooms in this place.
Yeah.
It's still free mushrooms, and we
should pick them and take them with us. Even
should
if
be
we can't
taking
eat
them.
Yeah.
We should just keep the ones that we don't know about separate from the others, right?
But be careful touching them. I don't know if they're toxic to touch.
Yeah. I want to actually... Clover is very, very interested in the moving mushroom.
Perhaps if you eat one,
the ones that sort of just waving like that with its little.
Yeah, she's sort of like wants
glowing,
to touch it.
Glowing little knob on the end of it, and sort of just.
Yeah, she
don't
wants
touch
to
the glowing knob.
touch it. I'm sorry, Clover can't help it. She wants to touch the glowing knob.
Oh, okay.
It's like a primal need.
All right. So Clover
Big
sort of
red candy like button.
curiosity. Are you touching it? Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
All
yep.
right. Cool.
Curiosity's gonna kill the gnome.
So the little thing's just waving like that, and then you sort of touch it, and it sort of just moves back, sort of reflexively, and then it sort of just wobbles again. And when you sort of touch it again, it sort of just reflexively moves. And then when you touch it again, all of a sudden, bang! Like a mouth just sort of comes out of the dirt and just sort of snaps on your hand.
Mouth?
Bites you on the hand.
Out of the dirt?
Yep, dirt?
It's kind of like almost like a mushroom
like
version.
A Venus flytrap?
Like a mushroom version of a Venus flytrap, and it just went like this and snap on your hand.
Oh.
That's why we don't put our
or can
hands
I pull
on
my
knobs
hand
we
away?
don't go.
Well,
and
I'm not as experienced as you, Ada.
And it does 4 points of damage to you.
Oh.
It gave you it gave you a nasty bite on the hand.
Oh.
And it's still kind of stuck on your wrist.
Fire! Somebody use one of the torches. Fire!
I told you the dirt mouth would get you in trouble.
It's not moving. Once it's sort of closed and snapped, it's like a Venus flytrap. It doesn't do anything. It's just sort of basically just gone. So the rest, like that little thing was like almost like an anglerfish was dangling above, and then it's just gone snap like this, and it's just sort of got you.
I'm nearly dead. Just so you know, I nearly died. I have 6 total hit points right now.
Oh, God.
So I am down to 2. So I am nearly dead.
So it took a really nasty bite out of your wrist. So and it's still actually.
Profusely.
But by the way, it's still clamped onto your hand.
I bring the torch close to the house like Ada suggests and see if it retreats or let her go.
When you put the torch against it, it just starts to smolder a little bit. It doesn't react to the flame. Like I said, it's like a Venus flytrap. Once it closes, it just sort of sits there, and whatever prey it would have, it would start to slowly dissolve, I suppose, over time.
Jesus Christ. I want to take my dagger, and I'm going to stick it in between like the things that are clamped around my hand and kind of use it to pry it open so I can get my finger out or my hand out.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, it is quite painful, obviously. So you're still actually in a bit of pain.
I'm bleeding profusely from the hand.
yeah.
And swearing like a gnome.
Yeah. And so you get the dagger and you're prizing it open, and it starts to
cotton picking.
So, I mean, it would be easier if you had some help, but you can do it yourself.
I'll help.
Yeah. Okay. So with Elisa's help, you sort of pull it open, and you're able to get your hand out. But yeah, it's
my bloody stump out.
Bloody mangled hand that's been bitten by this mushroom thing. And once you've done that, and it's just lying there with its mouth back open, and the little stalk thing is basically just dropped and is inert. It's not moving or anything. It was, like I said, it's basically almost like a Venus flytrap. It's just sort of snapped and closed, and that was it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I nearly killed myself by being curious. I just thought it was a cute little mushroom. I say we torch them all and leave this room.
I would like to
speak
with the mushrooms.
To speak with the mushrooms.
I'm not going to speak to them. They can kiss my little gnome ass at this point. I don't have a healing potion.
Elisa's got 2 healing potions.
Yeah. I hand her one.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Well, this room is here for a reason. Do you want to try torching them, Clover?
No, you guys. I'm just mad right now because I was stupid. So if you feel like some of these are useful, then go ahead. But like, I'm not.
Do you mean it? Like, do you
mushrooms anymore?
We can take the edible one and boil it for dinner tonight, so we can eat them back.
That'll teach him.
That revenge eating.
That'll teach him.
We should eat the mushrooms in front of them.
Okay. Clover, roll
This one's so good.
Clover, roll a 1d6, please, and add 1.
Good
Okay,
lord!
that
I got
potion,
2 points back.
potion healed you 2 points.
Sorry.
So I can like cure light wounds, correct?
Yes.
Save that for something. I'm okay right
Like,
now. I'm like, I have 60%
sure?
of my hit points again. Yeah.
That's like once a day, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that was a potion
Yeah.
that she consumed, so that's a one-shot, basically. That's it, it's gone. Elise still has 1 more, and then, of course, you got your healing spells.
Yeah. Hold on to it for now, because you guys might get injured more as we go forward, because I do not hold the only what's the word when you I can't think of the word. I'm not the only one who does stupid things, is my point. So
Yeah,
please
but
feel
you're
free
the
to hold
best
on
at
to
There's
it.
no
your light
premium on
words for now.
stupidity in this party.
Yeah, exactly. I don't hold the patent on being stupid. Although right now, first stupid move of the year, right here. As she does that, she holds up her hand and it's still bleeding, even though she's like drinking the potion. It's still like bleeding. She's like, gosh darn, broccoli laden peas and cabbage soup, garbage,
Okay,
mushrooms.
there's a few of our mushrooms there that you want to, if you want to investigate.
And
Can we poke them with something other than
He
our
asked
hand?
with a big smile on his face.
no, I don't want
Can we
to.
investigate them with other things? Like, can I poke one with a sword, for example? You don't have to touch it.
Yeah, you can if you want.
I'm going to step out of the room because if this thing releases toxic spores, I'm going to die.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step out.
Which one
Really
of
good
my
point.
stabbing?
Wait. I could poke it with my big spear.
Well,
Wow.
so we've already established
I mean-
that the angler mushroom. Well, it's done. That's it. It's done when it's done. But you still got the There's these other ones which are just thin white, pale white mushrooms that are faintly glowing. And then you've got the red one. I'll call it red cap for just to give it a name, which is the cone-shaped red head with white spots on it. And then there's the short, stubby one with the blue head. And then there's the big, large white one, which is like just a quite wide. I don't know what that part of the mushroom's called. Any botanists in the group? There's the stalk, and then there's the head of the mushroom, and it's wide and flat, almost like a dinner plate sort of size.
I wonder if can we feed these to the owl bear?
Well, I mean, I think owlbears are generally carnivorous.
Yeah.
Maybe he's doing meat-free Mondays.
So are you going to touch one of them with your
Yeah, I'm
giant-
going to poke it with my sword. Which one should I poke?
Well, you got 4 more to choose from. You got the red one, the thin glowing one, the short stubby one with the blue head, and the big large one.
Big large one, guys.
All right.
All right.
So you're going to just basically prod it with your sword.
Yep. Standing well back and just prodding it with my sword.
Okay.
Stab it with your steely knife.
You just poke at it, and nothing appears to be happening to it.
Okay, I'm going to poke the red one with the spots.
All right. You poke the red one, and again, nothing happens.
Super Mario coin doesn't come popping out of the
Poking the little blue one.
The little blue one, again, just touching it doesn't seem to cause any reaction.
And the last one, the thin white one.
Yep. Likewise, touching it doesn't seem to do anything.
What if I try and cut them? Do we think it would be a bad idea?
Which one do you want to cut?
Like saw one off or something?
Yeah, like saw it off with my sword from a distance.
Yeah. I mean, some of these are, like size-wise, they're only this sort of size. The larger ones, maybe about this sort of size.
I don't know if I am able to saw it off. Are we taking it with us? The problem is we don't know what it does. It wouldn't be beneficial even if I could actually get it.
Well, I mean, there's nothing to say you can't cut them up and put them in a bag.
Might come in handy.
Work out what they might be in the future.
I still have 2 pillowcases if we don't have anything to put them in.
Right. I'm gonna try and saw off the big one for.
You're gonna try. You basically pull it out to put it in the bag.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch it with my hand. I'm gonna like stab back, cut it, and then like.
Oh, so you're gonna like prise it up, sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm not touching it with my hand. God.
Okay, so you prise it.
Who do you think I am?
She's not stupid. She's not going to touch it with her hand.
Okay, so the large white one, you get your sword and you sort of just lever it out of the ground, and as the body sort of the mushroom comes out of the ground, it reveals a larger sort of bulbous part beneath the surface, and when you do that, when it comes exposed to the air, basically it's like a mouth opens up and it sort of just goes.
It's a mandrake.
Yeah. It screams.
It has to die.
It just. It
has to die.
It's a shroom drake.
Like really loud. Like anyone who's in the dungeon is going to hear it. It is scream.
Put that thing back where it came from. So help me.
Put this thing back where it came from. So help me. Yeah. All right, so yes, scream. So, are you going to like try and shove it back in the dirt? Are you?
No, I'm going to put it in Elisa's pillow.
Oh, okay. So you put it in the pillowcases.
Give it a kick for good measure.
Put it in the pillowcase. You sort of smack. So after a few moments and a few sort of hits with the flat side of a sword. In the pillowcase, which is also your map, by the way.
Sorry, I took 3 pillowcases. I because there's 3 beds, so I took 3 pillowcases. I just used another one.
Oh, okay. All right. So after a moment, it stops screaming.
Did it die?
Well, it stopped screaming. I don't know. You have to open up the bag and have a look.
If you put dirt in the pillowcase with it, it won't scream, right?
Possibly, yeah. If it's not exposed to light.
You want to make it feel more at home now.
After you've whacked it with a sword.
It's a cozy little pillowcase.
Plus, worst comes to worst if there's annoying enemy, we can just take it out and throw the screaming thing at them.
Right, but what if this thing just starts screaming when we're trying to sneak up on somebody?
Ooh.
I don't think that I think that we should just throw this thing back.
Seems like the risk reward for this thing is not worth it.
All right.
Yeah.
Throw my little friend back.
Let's feed it to the thing that snaps shut.
Ooh.
Well, but that thing's like you prized it open now. You pretty much like killed it.
Throw it.
So
in the
you can take that mushroom thing out of the bag and shove it back in the dirt, I suppose.
Now I want to know what happens if we pry the other one up, like the other ones. Do they have little screaming people attached to them?
I took out my last pillowcase to prepare for it.
So is that what you're doing with that mandrake shroom? You're gonna put it back in the dirt?
Back where it came from.
All right. As you pull it out of the bag again, so you shove it in the dirt and then pile dirt back over the top of it, and then it's sort of muffled voice, and then it sort of calms down.
All right, prying the red one out. Let's go.
All right, you prise the red one out with your sword, and it just comes out of the dirt. It's just fine.
It's
Nothing
dead.
happens.
Put it in the bag. Take it with us.
Why?
Murph says, if I can't kill it, I'm not interested.
Glows in the dark. It might be useful for light. How much does it glow in the dark?
Unless we're trying to hide, this thing then just starts glowing in the dark.
It's a faint glow.
Oh, it's
But we
faint.
don't control
So-
it though. We don't.
Can you
we have
see
no-
it through the pillowcase?
No, it's not. It's just a sort of a pale sort of bioluminescence sort of pale sort of color, white color.
This is the red one, isn't it?
No, the red one you pulled out, that was just inert. When you pulled it out of the ground, it's just a red mushroom, red-headed mushroom.
And then the white one?
The white one, it's like these pale. I don't know what do they call those? Is it shiitake mushrooms or something? The thin ones.
Yeah, so just like it's pale tendrils, but they're glowing still.
It's just a faint glow. Yeah, it's just an sort
What
of.
about the last one? If I pop that one out, that's the blue one.
The short, stubby body of a blue-red round head, so like a bulbous head.
What does that do?
When you pull it out of the ground, nothing happens.
So the only one that's really exciting is the mandrake.
And the one that almost
Oh.
bit
Let's
Clover's hand
let's
off.
not forget as Clover like flings her hand and like blood splatters the wall. Let's not forget the one that literally took my hand off.
That's
So
strictly
the
necessary.
other mushrooms, you'd have to. I would assume you'd have to work out how it's used. Maybe you have to eat it, or you have to rub it on something, or whatever. You're not sure.
I don't rub unknown mushrooms on myself.
Not without a ring.
We
Oh.
can find another goblin.
That's right. You just gave me a good idea for an OnlyFans.
Only shrooms.
Hi, Sherry. Thanks for the $20.
Ting, ting, ting. Okay.
Mushrooms taste so good. Yum yum.
Go with us and figure out some use for them.
Mushrooms.
I don't see the point in taking any of these things with us. Like the one that glows in the dark.
Alright, what about the ones that we saw that we could eat? We should take those with us.
Take those ones, yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's-
kind of want to take the other mushroom. We don't know what they can be used for, and we might find some use for them later on.
you want to take them in your bag?
In the pillowcase in the back.
Okay. Right. So you're going to take one of each. So the red one, the short stubby blue one, and the faintly glowing white one. You're going to take those three.
Mhm.
Put them in your bag. Okay.
If
And then
you
and then
also-
and then there are some, like I said, there's some regular mushrooms that are definitely clearly Renault can clearly identify them as being edible. But
Yeah,
you
give me
can take-
those.
You can take as a ration. All right. So what do you want to do next?
Go north.
It's not all answer at
Is
once.
that you drawing blood on the screen?
Yes. I don't want to be first. I'm already pretty hurt.
Do you want to talk about your feelings, Gnome?
No,
We're all pretty hurt.
I'm mad. I'm just mad at myself.
All right. So up to the north, you can see what appears to be like a cross intersection. I'll move you up, Renault. There you go.
Out of
Oh, yeah,
charge.
thank you.
Stumbling just a little bit from the wine that she's been secretly swigging on the side.
We have been here.
Drinky, yeah.
We have been here. Jesus Christ, guys.
I'm really lagging here.
Guys, we need to
Yeah.
get out of here. The cube is coming.
Oh
What?
God.
What?
The cube is coming. It's coming from the left up here. There's stairs to our right. Do those go up or down, Neil?
They go up.
Mm-mm.
It's similar to you had another pair of stairs below, but you counted before. And there's a
Yeah,
path
we
that goes
did
up and
before.
turns to the right. So
Yeah,
the north of
We've
you.
been here. We've been here before. I'm just not sure. Maybe I missed that middle spot somehow. What the hell? Do we want to try to get through the door?
Well, if you consult,
cube coming
if
this
you
way?
consult Elise's map.
I'm scared.
Hang on, let's have a look. If you look at Elise's map.
So, there's a larger room in the north that we haven't been yet.
So Tracy, the stairs that you might have encountered before might be this one.
We've definitely been here because there's a pink line on the ground.
That we've drawn.
Which is my drawing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So somehow, because in this diagram, this goes left, but in his diagram, it does not. So this is new. This territory to the left is new. So that's why my map is wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let me see if I can figure this. Ah, shit, it's coming. All right. Can you open that door? Can we get the hell out of here? It's coming towards us.
Okay, that door is locked.
Damn it.
Then do we want to go north, guys?
Yep.
So it's like the other door staircase leading up. You found that as being locked as well.
Can I just see the map on the pillowcase for one more second?
Yep.
Because I just don't want us hemming ourselves into a corner in here. At the dead end. Oh, I guess there's rooms with what look like doors, so let's try it.
Okay.
Let's try it.
Do you want to take a screen capture or something of that map?
Yeah, so we have to keep clicking to it.
Got it? Alright, move you back. Alright, so going around the corner, Oglum coming up. You can see the passageway continues down. It seems to be following just like the map that Elise had drawn. And when Freyord comes across this, there's another. This one's different though. It's not like a regular cell with a portcullis. What you see is.
What is in that room? There's something in that room to, like, lower right, everyone. There's something there. What is that? Yeah.
Yeah, well, the room to the north of you where Freyord was standing. That's Freyord standing. It's actually, instead of a portcullis, it's actually thick glass with like a glass door in it. I'll show you. I'll bring Oglum over so you can see. Oh, and Ada's okay, Ada's run off into another room.
Ada's found something in that room. No, Ada's found something. There's some sort of creature in this room that I'm standing in front of.
All right, so you've got two things happening here. So the room to the north of where Freyord is and Oglum, that's instead of a portcullis, there is like a thick glass like window with a glass door built into the glass. And if you touch the glass, it actually feels warm to touch. And where Ada is, you have found what appears to be like a wine cellar. There's lots of barrels of wine and beer and something like this, like a storage facility for the castle. But the thing that immediately catches your eye is lying on the floor of the cellar in deep slumber appears to be a goblin.
I'm standing right in front of it.
Yeah, it's lying on the ground, and and around it you can see puddles of wine and like there's flagons lying on the ground, and you can see his clothes is dirty clothes are a bit wet from beer or wine. He just seems to be looks like he possibly slipping off a really big. He's gone on a bender, essentially.
Tie him up. We can try the mushroom on him.
I'm gonna rub it on this unsuspecting goblin.
All right.
Okay.
So you're wanting to investigate? What do you want?
Room, then?
You want to investigate things?
I'm just gonna peek back and see if the cube is coming toward.
Also, what do we do with the goblin? I don't want to kill him. Like, he's a little bit mean.
Yes.
He's vulnerable.
Clover, are you going to keep watch on the cube?
You're muted.
I'm muted?
No.
I feel like this
no.
is a bad
There you
idea, given that I'm so squishy. But
Oh.
sure, I will keep.
Yay.
All right. So everyone's moved into. Okay. So Oglin will come with you guys down here. So yeah, you're all in the wine cellar, and this goblin he's not even aware that you're there. He's just yeah.
I'm gonna tie him up.
You could try and wake him up if you want. You do
No,
notice
tie him up.
that actually on his body he's got like a dagger, just a small like a dagger on his body.
Mm-hmm.
But on his belt he has a large ring with keys on it.
Yeah.
We want those keys.
So
I
I'm
want
I'm gonna tie him up.
Yeah, good idea.
He can't do anything. And whoever wants the dagger, I can't take it. And I'm gonna take the keys off him.
Cool.
Can I take the dagger?
Yeah, you can take the dagger.
I think I've got a crossbow, throwing knives, and a sword. Beautiful weapons.
Yeah, so he's still. You've been able to tie him up, and like I said, he's so intoxicated or such a deep sleep that he hasn't even woken up from you tying him up yet. You'd have to give him a bit of a kick or something to wake him up.
Do we want to?
We can't talk to it. None of us speak goblin.
I think you at least wanted to feed him the mushrooms.
Try. I put it under. I use the pillowcase and kind of like with the pillowcase move one under his nose and see if that wakes him up.
Okay, when you put the mushroom under his nose, there's no real reactions from him. I think you'd have to give him a bit of a kick to wake him up. He's quite sleeping quite soundly.
I'll kick him.
Kick the goblin.
That's right.
I'll party
With
game.
the way your character is built, wouldn't that be hoofing him?
I don't know if he's got hoofs, has he?
I don't think so.
Doomed. Cloven feet. Some.
Right, I've got it wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Clover. That gelatinous cube has reached the crossroads, and its next thing, it starts to move towards you.
Shit. Guys,
Oh!
guys, we have
What's
to move.
up?
We have to move. We need to get in one of these rooms with a door. Because the cube could probably squish itself in this room. We need to get in a room with a door. Quick.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna go this way.
We get in the blast room.
Mighty Mo. Who votes north? Hands up.
I don't mind where we're going.
Close to one.
Who says go in the room to the north? Hand up. Who says go in? Okay, 1, 2. Who says go in the room to the south?
Come on.
All right. The Norths have it because nobody else voted. So we're going to go in the room to the north. Can we try to open it?
Yep, you can open it.
Ah, there's meat.
Yum. Dinner.
There's a cleaver.
Mm-hmm. There's a table for Elise to shoot.
There's two.
Oh, God.
Okay, Oglim, get inside. I can't get through the door. There we go. And I'm gonna just like peek out the door to watch to see where the cube is going.
All right. So, but this room appears to be. It feels cooler in this room, noticeably cooler in this room. You don't know how it's cooled. It could be magically cooled. You've got no idea. But there's meat carcasses. It's like a butcher's room or something. It's obviously where they store and prepare the meat. Well, at least store the carcasses of meat that they get. I'm assuming from the villagers at some point.
Can I just say something? This seems extremely impractical that they've got storage facilities in the dungeons where they also keep a gelatinous cube and all of their prisoners. Does this not seem impractical to the occupants of the castle?
That's the dungeon Roomba.
Yeah, it's the cleaning lady that goes around, or the cleaning Roomba that goes around.
Probably used to feed the owlbear as well.
What was that about the owlbear?
They probably use the meat to feed the owlbear as well, so it's close.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, could be used for feeding the animals. Yeah.
If we want to be on the good side of the owlbear, we have a bunch of meat.
All right, so the gelatinous cube seems to pass down towards your room that you're in. It doesn't seem to go in the cellar or the room with the glass. It's just passing down the main corridor, and it doesn't. It just basically goes past the door.
I'm closing the door as it's starting to come by, just in case it goes. Oh.
Yeah, no. It like these things, from what you can see from its behavior, they essentially don't. They're not even aware of their surroundings around, or they just sort of just move. They're like a Roomba. Yeah, they just move along and on their path, and they just clean up whatever they encounter. So they won't open doorways or anything like that. So you see it passing down to the east. You can probably if you still peek out the doorway, Clover, you can still see it. It moves down, and you see it basically seems to come to an end of the corridor, and it pauses there momentarily, and then it starts coming back the opposite way it came, coming back towards you guys again.
Okay.
And again, it basically just after a few minutes, it passes back past your room and carries on.
I'm going to keep an eye out in case it starts bouncing back and forth instead of going further down the hall.
So it moves on past, and after a few moments, I'll just determine which way it goes. And yes, it does turn and starts heading south. So for the time being, it's moved away from you guys. So that's taken a few minutes.
Did any of you guys search this room in case there's anything other than meat in here?
No.
I think most people had just been just waiting in that room, waiting for the cube to go past.
Do we think taking the meat with us would be helpful?
I think that maybe we can't really talk to the owlbear, so there's. Well, what if we cut up a good chunk of meat, brought it down to the owlbear, fed it, and just left, or see how it reacted?
Can I talk to the meat if it used to be a cow?
No.
Necromancer.
Really want to try out these new skills.
I'm not just a piece of meat, you know.
Meanwhile, you left that goblin tied up, sleeping in the other room. Are you just going to leave him there, or are you going to try and interrogate him, or what?
Is there any exploding floors we can toss him across, or I don't know?
Well,
we should go we should go back to the goblin, gently wake him up, and do you guys have any questions you want to ask him, or do you just want to kill him?
I want to know what's in this room to the north with the warm window wall.
Shit, I was hoping you were going to say kill him.
Okay. So you want to inspect that room, Clover?
Like to look. I'm not going in it. It's a hot glass wall. That sounds like a bad thing.
Oh, when do we find out it's hot?
Well, it's not hot. It's warm to the touch, and it's inside the room. There just seems to be like rocks just lying around and sand and dirt. Just rocks lying around inside it.
We go inside. Is the door open?
The door is not locked or anything. You can open it and go inside if you want.
You're muted.
I have been stupid enough for one day, so if somebody else would like to go in there, I'm fine to watch. I'll take pictures.
All right. So Renault and Freya, and Ada, are you followed them, or you're still in the
I'm there.
Okay. Ada and Renault, you coming? Oh, Brad's gone. I'll grab him and bring him over.
I sort of want to go in the warm glass dirt room.
Okay. Yeah, so it's dimly lit.
I'm just gonna wave my bloody arm as a warning.
It's got rocks and sand lying inside the room, and like I said, it's glass and it's warm. So Ada, you want to go inside?
Yeah, why not? What's the worst that can happen?
Okay. All right. So if you open the glass door, you can see that there's some stone steps, but just a few stone steps that go down to the floor of the room or the chamber, and there's just rocks and gravel, and there's a few old tree logs and branches, as well as these larger rocks. So you're wanting to go in and have a bit of an explore in there?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Anyone else following Ada?
Famous last words. I am standing in the hall.
Exactly. That's the spirit.
So we got Freyord in there as well. Is that correct? Yep.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Olglom will just keep a lookout for their thing.
Having a look around.
Okay. Okay. So you go in there. You start prodding around, having a look, and. And nothing you can see at the moment. Just from what you're having a look around, it's unless you want to do anything specific in there.
I don't think so. It's mostly glass, right?
No, the glass was just instead of all the other cells had like portcullises.
Okay.
This had like a glass wall with a glass door in it, but you guys have walked in.
And the room is warm, and there's rocks there.
It's rocks, and there's like some old dried sort of tree logs, and
Aquarium for reptiles or snakes or something, or Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, and as Clover's saying, oh yeah, you could probably put snakes in here.
Oh god.
Ada.
You would not be that nonchalant about snakes in a giant room.
Yeah.
Mother effing snakes in this mother effing dungeon.
Yeah. Basically, a snake comes out of a large snake comes out from behind from these rocks and strikes at you, Ada.
Well, I will strike back at it with my sword.
Because they automatically get surprised because they were hidden and they're snakes and they
Jesus, I hate nope ropes.
Why is that snake bigger than like all of our characters?
Because it's quite a large snake.
There's owl bears down here and minotaurs, and it's not going to be a tiny little freaking snake when a snake shows up.
Well, good thing for you is that Ada is part human, part elf, and 100% Australian, mate. She can take on a snake any day.
Yeah. All right, so the snake strikes at you. It happens to be
Right back.
Renault can recognize it. It's a pit viper.
Can I talk to it?
Actually, you could,
Hello, Governor.
but at the moment it's busily trying to bite at her. So I will roll.
Piece of this. Piece of this. Take you on. Punch you in the
minute.
face, mate.
All right. Can I?
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good.
All right, Ada, it bites you,
Oh, that's not great.
and it does 1d4 damage. So it's not a massive bite. Only does 1 point of damage.
Oh, good. I had 11, so I'm down to 10 now.
But that's not the worst part. The worst part is the fact that it's actually poisonous.
Oh, well, that's not great.
And I have to look up what it does. Hang on.
Wait, someone cure me. Can't I just pour wine on my wounds and be done with that?
Snakes.
Somebody suck the poison out.
Oglum.
Sounds like an Oglum job. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 15.
All right. Okay. Snakes. Pit viper. Okay. Roll versus poison, please, on your saving throws.
Okay, what am I throwing?
D20. Did you get?
15.
Okay, that's good. What's your saving throw for poison? It's on your character sheet.
Character sheet. Save poison. Where are you? Where am I looking?
Saving throws should be opposite your abilities.
The top saving throw on mine.
I've got it here
Got
somewhere.
a D next
Yeah,
to it.
poison. 13.
13. Okay, so you have to roll above it.
Yes, I did. Aha.
Yep.
Aha.
Well done. Yep. Very, very lucky. You've been bitten, but it didn't seem to be able to inject any venom into you, or if it did, it didn't.
Brilliant elf.
Yeah. But that's not the only snake that's in there. And the other one went for the other one went for Freljord.
Yeah.
13. What's your armor class, Freljord? This one's a larger one. This looks like a python type snake.
Great. Armor class. I think I was 3.
Yeah. Okay.
But I have the necklace, which gives me +1.
So that takes you down to 2. Okay. Okay. And what did I roll? I rolled a 13. All right. Yep. That's just enough to bite you. So it dies this fine. Yeah, just enough to bite you. So the python latches onto you and bites, and it does a D4 damage.
I roll D4?
No, I do.
Or you do?
So again, only does 1 point of damage. But the thing about the python is it immediately starts wrapping its body around you and constricting you, which does 2d4 straight away. So it's actually crushing damage. So the bite only did 1 hit point, but the
Yikes, that's not good.
5 points of damage from the wrapping around and constricting you. All right, so that's the their surprise attack over. So at the moment, Freljord, you've got this python is squeezing onto you.
Fantastic.
Snake, python.
I probably should have used my ability to detect danger before we went in. That would have been really hard.
Now you're saying that?
It's not too late.
I probably also shouldn't have used the ability of turning my water into wine. Wasn't great.
All right, so it's a new round for initiative. So, like I said, Ada, you narrowly avoided getting bitten. Well, you did get bitten by this pit viper, but you didn't succumb to any poison. But Freljord's in a bit of trouble. He's been bitten and he's been wrapped up by this hyphen. So, what are you guys gonna do?
Is it our turn, or do we need to roll for initiative?
You tell me what you're gonna. You tell me what you need to do, and then we'll roll for initiative.
I would run up to the door, and I'm gonna try to cast sleep on the snake that's attacking Freyord.
Well, if you cast sleep, you'll be able to cast it on essentially both of them. Both of the snakes.
Oh, okay. If I can get both. It just says 1d4 hit points.
Okay, but before you do that, Clover, I would like to try to cast Befriend Animal and see if I can make one of them
You mean Animal Friendship?
Animal Friendship, there you go.
Yeah.
I find that so funny, that ability. Animal Friendship.
Isn't that a long spell?
I'm going to have a look up what it says now.
I've been reading about it. I guess it says it's a neutral aligned beast, though.
Yeah. Snakes are neutral, I'm pretty sure. Just double check. They're not chaotic or anything. I'm pretty sure they're neutral.
Yeah, just because a lion attacks you doesn't mean it's evil.
I was going to say, that's kind of how I read the not neutral aligned to be.
Yeah, no, all snakes, unless they're some sort of magical snake, they all appear to be pretty much neutral. They're only really
I would like this snake to follow me wherever I go for the next hour.
Caster approaches a neutral line beast of an animal comes with a piece of food that it finds attractive. So the piece of food is Freyord.
For a mushroom. I have mushrooms.
Oh, the screaming mushroom.
Room.
So the range is 10 feet, so you would have to get right up close to it to do it. So basically you'd have to go into the room with Ada and Freyord to cast it. And you can only cast it against one of the snakes.
Right, which is why I wanted to try that before Clover tries to make them fall asleep.
How long does it take to cast, though? Is that like a really fast thing that's going to be castable before Freyord dies?
It's a binding ritual lasting 6 turns?
That's an hour. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to...
You need, like, time with the animal, not dealing with an attacking animal.
Yeah, I don't think it's really going to work in this situation.
Maybe not the right... Okay.
Yeah. Because
when would you ever stand still with an animal for an hour?
The owlbear sitting in a cage, if it had not been an owlbear.
Yeah, for example, you could the dire wolf or a wolf, if you could give it some food and you sort of basically do the whole sort of dog whispering or animal whispering to it, and after a period of time you win its trust and essentially it becomes your friend, and then it'll do a lot of things for you. It's almost like a charm person type thing for animals. But
snakes just don't make good.
Snakes don't make
friends,
good,
I guess.
They don't make good companions. No. Elise, are you going to be? What are you wanting to do?
So if Clover's sleep spell didn't make, before that, does snake consider as an intelligent target?
No.
Okay, then this will work. Yes.
Take your time.
So you're going to use the Owen stone to do the sleep, or the to actually cast the actual spell?
I'll just cast it.
Yeah. Ada, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to attack the snake or?
Attacking the snake. Mate.
You're going to attack the one that went for you, or you're going to attack the one that's wrapping around Freyord?
Yeah. Yeah, Dink and mate. No, sorry. Can't give it up. I'm good on the accent. I'm gonna I'm gonna help my buddy over here. I'm gonna try and get Freyord out of this tangle. I've got my sword. I've got throwing knives. Might accidentally hit him. Sorry. Good intentions.
I think hacking at it with a sword is probably your best bet at this particular point.
So, yeah. Please.
And Freyord, you're being wrapped around. I'm just wondering, you might be able to do a strength check. If you pass a strength check, I'll allow you to like hit it with a mace or something.
Okay, how do I do that?
Or you could cast a spell. You could actually like cast light on it and blind it or something. That's a possibility.
That wouldn't stop it from constricting me, though, would it?
No.
Yeah, I'll save that then.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I do a strength check?
So you need to roll under your strength.
My strength. Where's strength? Oh, there it is. I'm 15 and I have a +1.
So you have to just roll under 15.
What am I rolling?
D20.
Boom, 2.
No, you rolled a D8. You rolled a D10. Sorry, so you need to roll a D20.
That's my bad.
I should have had a D8.
I should.
That's good. All right, so you're able to, if you win initiative, you'll be able to get your hand out and sort of whack it with your mace.
That's what she said.
Yep. Who else have I? Okay.
Well, can I go back and instead of doing the thing,
can
I just attack it with a stinking spear?
Well, there is basically you're on the other side of this glass wall with a glass door. You'd have to actually enter into the room and
I gotcha.
And actually stab it with your spear or sword, whatever you've got. Is that what you want to do? You want to go in the room to help him out?
Please.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. So who's going to roll for initiative? D6.
You know what? Why not?
All right, go for it.
Okay. Also, I'll throw a dagger at it.
You're going to go in.
Where did my dice disappear? What?
I've rolled a 1, so that's a good chance. You just need to not roll a 1. You should be okay. So D6.
My dice aren't on the screen,
aren't they? On the left hand.
No, there it is. Hang on.
On the toolbar on the left.
It's a D6, right?
Yep.
There you go.
What'd you roll? 4. Yep. Okay, you guys have got initiative. So we'll do Ada because she's right next to one of the snakes. So Ada, roll your D20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You're going for the
I'm
python.
going for the one that's wrapped up around Freyord.
Yep.
All right. Ada, go. Go, Ada, go.
D6.
D20.
D20.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, see how my class 6. I think that's a miss, but I'll just double check. What did you roll? Yeah, no, you missed. All right, now, Freyord, you can whack. I'm going to say it's an automatic hit because essentially it's wrapped around you, so you're just going to just smack it. So you're just going to straight away do damage. So do a roll a d6, please, and add your strength bonus.
So a 3 + 1.
Okay, so 4 points of damage. All right. Now moving to Renault. You're running into the room, are you?
Yes.
All right. Do you want me to move you in there?
I got you. I moved it.
Okay.
So I guess I'll attack this one with my spear.
All right, the one next to Ada, this one here. Yep. All right.
Yep.
Roll your d20.
That better be a hit.
That's a good one. That's a hit. And what were you attacking with? The spear or your sword?
The spear. The spear.
Okay, and you're just stabbing at it with the spear.
Oh, wait. Hang on a second. Don't you go anywhere. All right. So my sword. Oh,
is it a short sword or a normal sword?
It is a short sword.
All right, so it does the same sort of damage as spear. You could do it with either.
I was looking to see if I had any bonuses.
Stab it with a spear, or you can whack it with a short sword.
I'm gonna do the spear.
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus your strength bonus.
Yep. Oh, critical 1.
And what's your strength?
My strength is a 13 plus 1.
So you do 2 points of damage.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So you hit it and it sort of rears back a little bit, but it's still going. Okay. What do we got next? Clover, you were going to cast Sleep, weren't you?
If Oglim's going to run in, I'm going to let him run in and take a stab at it first. Like, I'll hold till the end with Elise.
Okay.
Oglim
can move in, and he'll go for the Viper as well that Renault went for. And so he'll strike with his sword. Oh, that's pretty good. He whacks it, and it does a D8 because it's a normal sword. Do a D8. Oh, 2. What's his strength? His strength is 15, so he does +1, so 3 points of damage from Oglim. Okay, the Pit Viper seems to be,
his strength didn't go up when he leveled up.
No, just hit points. Your strength never, unless you can't increase your attributes except through magic or something. Okay, and Elise, what did you say you were going to do?
You
can't really, from where you are, you can't throw the dagger because you'd have to go into the room.
Okay. So, how did the sleep spell work?
It's an automatic cast, and then it just I'm not even sure if they get a save. I think they just automatically fall asleep.
If I also cast Sleep from the Stone, can I add it to Clover's sleep spell?
Well, I would recommend only one of you cast Sleep because
one.
Sleep is pretty powerful spell.
It's an area of effect spell.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So I can cast Magic Whistle on the snake around Freyord, and if they are dazed, they have -1 to all attack and saving throw rolls.
Hang on, let me just double check something. Okay, so you can target. The way Sleep Spell works is you can target like one large creature, or you could target a number of smaller creatures. And just so for the purposes of doing the spell, the Python is actually considered like a large creature. The Viper is smaller. So I think you're basically going to have to cast it on one or the other. Because I don't think the spell by itself is enough to affect both snakes at the same time.
How many hit dice do they have?
So the Python is 5 hit dice. It's quite a large creature. Yeah. The Pit Viper is only 2 hit dice. So a single creature with 4+ hit dice. Actually,
4 + 1.
Yeah, so it's considered. Okay.
So I can do the Python.
Actually, the Python's 5. I don't think.
I can do 4 + 1. It says
actually, the Python won't be affected by it because it's too big. Because it's 5 hit dice, not 4.
Yeah, but mine says it can do 4 + 1 hit dice.
Single creature with
the first
4
in the sleep.
1.
So that's 5. The reason it's worded that way is because the spell works on creatures with 4 hit dice or less. If you're doing multiple creatures.
Yeah.
And then you get a certain amount of hit dice.
Yep. Okay. All right. So that you could target So you can target one or the other.
Right. So we could theoretically do both, at least if we need to.
All right. So Clove, you're casting. What are you going to cast?
I'll cast first and see what it does. So I'll cast it on the. I guess I have to step forward a little bit.
Cast it on the
The python that's attacking Freyord.
Yep. Okay. I'll just double check if it gets a save, being the larger creature. 2. Yeah, no, it's automatic. So you cast that spell, cross that off your list, and the python that's around Freyord just sort of suddenly it goes limp and it sort of slides down off your body to the ground. And Elise, what are you doing? Are you going to use the stone to do sleep on the other snake or not?
Yeah, let's do sleep on the other snake as well.
Okay, so you've got your own stone. You open up out of your palm. It sort of floats above your head, and then it glows momentarily. And with that, you see the other snake drop to the floor asleep as well.
And that was the last time the group ever let Ada explore any random rooms.
Oh yeah.
Well,
what's the worst that could happen?
To die, we're going to die here.
Ada, just for your own information, if you'd failed that saving throw, you would have died.
Whoa!
It was save versus poison or die.
Oh my god! It's not just that she takes damage over time.
No, it was dead basically, dead. I mean, you might have been able to do something to possibly save her, but yeah, she would have been in a real world of pain.
Oh, if we kill the viper, can we take his venom?
Yeah, like an anti-venom.
You can if you want to cut the head off the snake and like try and get the little poison sacs out of its jaws. You can do that. I know you like collecting bits of animals.
This one might actually be useful, unlike the other bits that I collected.
I'm assuming you're going to kill both the snakes. You're not going to try and wake them up?
No.
Befriend them?
Yeah. All right, so just a quick sort of whack with the mace on the head by Freyord takes care of the python, and likewise with the sword or whatever.
A quick little? No, I'm smashing this thing's head in.
Yeah, so it takes the viper's taken out as well, and at least if you want to harvest your, like the python is non-poisonous. Okay, and you lose another. So basically, the torches need to be placed. Now you're down. Gone for an hour now, so it's about 9 o'clock now. So pretty eventful first hour of the game, of the day. All right, so you've narrowly survived the snakes. You've got the keys from the goblin. The goblin's still asleep in the wine cellar. Mm-hmm. There's still, and there's one more room that you haven't explored, and then there's also down the end of the passageway. It depends if you want to go that way or not. But you've got you've got these keys now.
Let's go.
That's true. Goblin keys. Should we take one of the snakes and feed it to the owlbear?
You could drag the you could drag the python body or whatever if you wanted. It's quite large. That would
feeding owlbear.
I don't know. I just have a feeling that if you befriend this thing, it'll be a good partner in crime. But we could always just say, to hell with it.
I like the idea of feeding the owlbear.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Sure. Feed the owlbear.
Just don't open the cage, I say as I'm looking
Correct.
at Loglum and Ada. Do not open the cage.
What's the
As I
worst that
shake
can
more
happen?
blood at people. I'm still bleeding. I am the walking example of don't be a stupid gnome.
All right, so you're heading off to back to the owlbear then, are you?
Just be careful. That's where the gelatinous cube went.
Okay, so you're dragging the body of that python with you.
We do a lot of dragging of bodies around in this dungeon.
There's a lot of bodies around.
Yeah. Suppose that's what
as you're coming out. As you're coming out of that room, you start to hear a sort of whimpering coming from the wine cellar. So maybe our little drunken friend has woken up.
Oh God.
What would an owlbear like more? A dead snake or a live goblin?
It would want options.
I think we should take the goblin. Take them both.
Gonna go and grab the drone.
Suddenly, Clover stops and puts her tiny little hands on her hip and looks at Freyord and is like, that's it.
No.
That's all I'm going to do. That's me expressing my displeasure about taking a trussed-up goblin and feeding it to an owlbear for no reason.
So, but what if we took the goblin with us to the owlbear? We fed the snake to the owlbear. Like, hey, like you just throw it so that it can reach through the cage and pull it through and say, we have some questions we want you to answer, or you're next.
Yeah, you can try that.
None of us speak goblin.
That's what I was about to say.
So unless the goblin speaks common, it won't help.
Well, then let's find out if it speaks common. Or we can just, leave the goblin tied up because I could care less.
I think we leave the goblin, drink some wine, and then press on to find the way into the castle.
And if we need a live goblin anytime in the future, we know where to find one.
Yeah. If he
We're
hasn't
creating our own little
hasn't
menagerie down here, I'd like to point out.
He hasn't starved to death at some point.
Well, if we're gonna leave it, then I say we kill it, so it can't cry for help.
Gag it.
All in favor, say aye.
All right.
Better than feeding it alive to the owlbear.
So you're going to gag the goblin? You're going to gag the goblin then?
No, kill it.
I think Freyord wants to gag with a knife.
All right, tell me what you guys come to a decision, guys. What are you going to do? You're going to kill it. What are you going to do?
Kill the goblin.
Kill the goblin?
Yep.
All right. Well, he's tied up, so it's a pretty easy task. So,
thank you.
Freyord. Yep, you do the deed and scratch one goblin.
I've never met a cleric like you in my life.
Don't drink, kids. Don't drink.
All right, so now you've killed the goblin. I suppose you could feed the goblin to the owlbear. Now you've killed it, but you've also got the snake that you sort of got over your shoulder like this. You're sort of dragging it down the hallway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Singing the dwarf song, hi ho.
All right, so you're going to be moving back down this path down towards where the owlbear is.
The bear is the bear.
Past the staircase. What am I doing?
Is it down here? Yeah.
Oh, look, my blood.
Okay.
Yo, bear.
Renault, I'll bring you over. And Ada. All right. So you're now back at the owlbear enclosure. The owlbear is awake, and it just seems to be like pacing around the
Ada has just gone off into some random place.
Oh, where did Ada go?
Ada has discovered a really large open area.
Where did you go? Oh, there you are. You're actually in the. Oh, hang on.
Is Ada supposed to be? Is she supposed to be there?
No, she's not.
Ada has discovered an open big area by accident. What is that?
You're basically in the walls at that point. I've dragged you back into the right place.
I'm in your walls.
There you go. You're back. You're back in the.
Ada is suddenly like the frighteners.
All right, so Freyjord, you get there with the python, and when you come into the room, obviously the owlbear starts coming up to you, and he's you can see it's like feathers sort of bristle as it's sort of wondering what's going on, and sort of pacing sort of back and forth near the cage, and then you're going to feed the python through the portcullis.
Well, I thought that I would just kind of throw it towards the cage so he could pull it through himself. I didn't think that I would feed.
Oh, okay. So you sort of put it down, lay it down next to the portcullis, and the owlbear sort of moves over to investigate. He sort of looks down, and then he reaches out with his big sort of talon sort of foot or hand or whatever you want to call it, and just grabs it and sort of yanks it and pulls it through, and once he can get at it with his mouth, he also sort of grabs it with his beak, and he's sort of pulling, and then within a few moments he's pulled the python body inside the cage, and then he starts ripping into it, and ripping up big chunks of the python and swallowing it down like the animals do, like birds do. Yeah, and he's sort of focused on feeding it, ripping up the python.
All right, more where that came from. He said. All right, I think we should go now.
All right.
Okay.
So where you want to go now?
What are you doing with you just leaving the gnome? Not the gnome. Sorry, the goblin.
He's dead.
Well, the goblin's dead in the wine cellar.
You didn't bring him though to feed him to the guy?
No.
Nah.
We could like a sorbet to cleanse the palate.
Oh, Ada and Elise.
Dirty goblin to cleanse the
Ada and
palate.
Elise have taken off.
All right, are we going back this way?
No.
Not a clue at this stage.
There is a room that we did not.
I don't think that we should let Ada lead the way.
Yeah, don't go opening doors.
I like that.
But there's a room down here that we did not look at.
Or
right at the end of the corridor, there was another room, wasn't there? Yeah. Oh, Clover's racing down the thing like, oh, we've got another room to do. Got another room to do.
I'm just pointing out where it is. I can come back, but I was just pointing out where it was.
Just raced off down the corridor.
Where did you go?
She just took off. Her little feet went scurrying down.
Like running like Tom Cruise.
She's like, oh, we've got another place to look at. She's like, keeps looking back, and then you hear her voice sort of fade as she goes around the corridor and she just disappears out of sight. She's racing off down the corridor. And Elise is already there as well. She's taken off.
We didn't really explore the wine cellar. Was there anything else in the room apart from goblin and wine?
Pretty much just, you can spend some time searching, but yeah, it just seems like there's a lot of barrels in there. So you can refill your wine flask or whatever.
Yes, please. Consider it done.
Considering, yeah, you did have a stiff drink after almost dying from the pit viper.
So what's in this room?
So Elise is going to open. You're going to open the door, Elise, are you?
Yes, but I'm staying outside. Just push the door open.
there a loot in that room? Did I just see a loot? Fine.
I'll bring Freyord over.
Just like all the
Reynolds.
women today are just like walking into spots and poking things and just like, whatever, let's just try it out. Slam.
All right, so Elise, pushes the door open. The door opens up, and you immediately get like a flower smell. And then in the room, you see that there are, like if I bring Ogum in now. Oh, I bring Ogum in. It's a room filled with sacks of grain, and the thing in the center of the room is like a millstone, but they use for grinding flour.
I thought it was a loot. Sorry.
No, it's a millstone, and on the floor is there's flour dust all over the floor, and you can see little footprints which in the flour, which you assume are probably goblin footprints. But yeah, so it's just that's from what you can see. It's a grain room where they grind the grain to make flour.
Not light a match.
Well, Elise is carrying a torch, and she's right. She's near the room. And Ogum's carrying a torch as well. Yeah, it's like flash. ignite the flour dust.
Yep.
You want to do anything else in this room? The passageway carries on. The passageway carries along a little bit further to the east.
Just have a quick look in the sacks of grain, just see if there's anything there.
Okay. I'll just check for something. No, you check that you rummage in the bags of grain, and it's just like full of maize or barley or wheat or something like that.
They're not hissing at us.
There's no snakes or anything in there.
And suddenly a giant cereal weevil attacks and kills the entire party.
Cereal weevil. I'll make a note of that. Cereal.
Oh god, that's funny as cereal.
Badum.
All right, so we should check down this hall.
Making toast of us.
All right, and when you come to the end of the corridor, which I'm just moving you, Brad, because you said you were lagging. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's really struggling. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So when you get to the end of the corridor, and you find there is actually a well.
Well, that escalated quickly.
So the room is, you can see there's like a hole in the floor, and you can see there's like a rope with a bucket, and you can see when looking down, you see that it's a well. There's water at the bottom of it, but actually looking above you, if you look upright up at the ceiling, the hole that's just above the well there's a similar size hole in the ceiling, and it's going straight up, and you can actually see there's another rope coming down from up high, and you can actually see daylight through the well.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like there's like if you're assuming daylight, that must be outside or somewhere where it's exposed to daylight. They can lower a bucket down into the well from up there, or they can also do it from this dungeon area too, where they can lower it down into the well to get water. And there's actually there's like a rusty metal ladder bolted to the wall of the leading up to the daylight.
What's the worst that could happen?
But the rope is actually a snake.
Everything's a snake now.
Someone
It
who's
is
good
now.
at climbing and is sneaky could peek out and see where it takes us.
I can sneak.
That way.
Yeah, add a
As we go back and try the stairs,
climb up.
that probably.
I have move silently 2 and 6, hide in shadows 2 and 6.
Yeah, well, you've got the stairs where the doors are locked. I'm assuming you might have a key for that now.
I also have open lock 3 out of 6.
And you've also got those people that were locked in the cells.
What are they going to do?
Can't hear you, Tracy. You're not picking up on the mic.
Oh, I was just saying that might just get us in trouble if we let them out and bring them with us. I think we decided we would come back and let them out later after we figured out what was going on.
Since we have the key, should we go back and do that door?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, as opposed to trying to climb up a rope.
Oh no, it's like a rusty metal ladder.
Oh, there is the ladder.
Yeah, there's a rusty metal ladder.
Well, who's good at climbing?
Ada would be the best at climbing.
It sounds like Ada, yeah.
Why don't you climb up and just take a peek and see what's up there, and then
I am
go up or we go
3 steps ahead of you. I'm already halfway up the ladder.
She's like, I'm out. Hey guys, I'm already up here.
Okay.
The rest of you are looking around going, Ada should climb that, and I'm going, hey.
All right. So you go to the ladder, and it's even though it's rusty looking, it seems sturdy enough, and then you sort of pull yourself up. And you don't even have to roll for this because it's a ladder. So you can start.
I put that on a t-shirt. You have to roll for this. It's a ladder.
Okay, you're climbing up. It takes a minute or so. It's probably, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet up from where you are. And when you get to the top, Ada, I think I can show you just one moment. Check. Okay. Let me just do something here.
Someone just hear a noise?
I think there's a thunderstorm where I am at right now.
Ah, right. Okay.
I heard a whoosh sort of noise. Just adding to the atmosphere.
All right. So, Ada, when you get to the top and poke your head out of the well, I'll just show you what you can see.
Ooh.
Just check the properties on this. I better turn the vision on. Hopefully you can see this. Okay, Windows nuts. To change the settings for the lighting, daylight mode. Can you see anything on your screen, Ada?
No.
No.
Oh, I know what I did wrong. Okay. Can you see now?
Ooh! Ooh! Wow! Wowie! I don't know if I should yell because I don't want other people to hear. Can the rest see it, or is it only me that can see this?
It's only you can say it, so you can climb back down and tell them what you saw.
Oh wow! Okay, let me just quickly memorize what I'm looking at. Okay.
Ada has a photographic memory. You could take a screenshot.
Good. Just trying to line it up.
You can take a screenshot and then borrow a pillow case and draw it from memory.
That's an excellent idea. Wow. What is that? Okay. Okay.
Yes, the medieval equivalent of a screenshot.
All right. Done. Climbing back down.
Right. So you come back down to the dungeon. All right. So a couple of moments later, you're back in the well room.
I think what I've seen is the courtyard of the castle. So I'm actually outside. The well leads into an open area. It looks like a garden, everyone. If I can describe from my photographic memory and not at all my screenshot, it is surrounded by trees and possibly things we could hide behind. There is like a gate. Behind the gate, I think there's a shed sort of structure, maybe like a fountain or something that I can hear on the other side of the gate. But I think beyond the garden courtyard is part of the castle. So I think that we could potentially... The only thing I would be worried is that we would get trapped in this garden area and then get stuck. But there is some sort of wall or something, like some hedges that we could climb. So I think we could take our chances and climb out of this well. Otherwise, I can't see any other way into the house from this dungeon.
Well, I think those other stairs with the locked door is if this is leading upstairs and outside, then that's probably leading outside or inside. Like, just it's not that far from here. It's one tunnel back.
And you think we have the keys back on the goblin?
I think we probably have the key now.
We could try. We could always earmark this as one possibility then.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be good to try the locked door since we have the key.
Yeah,
and it might lead us directly inside.
I just don't want us to be caught unawares if we go inside and we go straight into a room where there's people, whereas I can't see anyone outside in the courtyard.
Well, we could go try listening at the door. We didn't do that before, and see if it sounds like there's anybody there.
I could also sense danger, so now that I've remembered that I have that ability, help before the snakes.
How far away from you does it sense?
Detect danger is fairly close proximity. I think it gets better as you get higher levels.
It was like through the wall. It was like only 5 to 10 feet, wasn't it?
Yeah, for every level, I think you get like it adds an extra 10 feet or something. Where is it? Detect danger 146.
Every level you get an additional inch and a half.
It's 5 feet per level. So it scans a 10 foot by 10 foot area. And then, so if you were level 2 casting that spell, then it would be a 15-foot square area, and so on. And it lasts an hour.
Okay.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I could listen through the door. If we
Actually, it says here duration is 6 turns outdoors or 3 turns indoors. I don't know particularly why it's done that way, but so it would last half an hour indoors or an hour outdoors. I don't know why it does that, but anyway.
So why don't we go listen at the door? I have like a 2 and 6 listen at the door. I don't know if anybody else has better.
I don't know that I have listen at the door. I've got hear noises 2 and 6. Detect danger.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you cast detect danger, if there's anything on the other side of the door, that's dangerous. You'll definitely detect it.
Could I also just mention, Dungeon Master, 2 things that I'd forgotten. I'm also carrying the anti-magic orb. That might help at some point. I also have the ring of protection.
God, you guys have been you've been carrying that.
And I have the ring of protection, which would have given me a bonus for my saving throw anyway.
No, it would have given you a bonus to being hit, not to actually save against the saving throw. But actually, that orb would have
prevented my sleep spell from working.
Prevented the sleep spell from working. I didn't even think about that. Oh, okay. I'll remember that next time. You got a freebie. You got a freebie out of me. The DM wasn't on his game.
Well, Ring of Protection says armor class down by 1 and bonus for saving throws.
Does it say that? Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, Oh, in that case, you would have. Yeah, you would have. Oh no, you saved anyway, so you're okay.
I saved anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check
So
the
actually,
door.
so from now on, remember that. Yeah, I'll have to remember that you're carrying that orb of dispelling magic, so any spells won't work. So actually, you won't be able to cast detect danger because you're carrying the orb.
That's a bit lousy.
I thought if it was enclosed in something,
It had a sort of a range of about 30 feet diameter.
Somebody hold that while I go on this, well, Clover and I go and try and detect danger and listen at the door then.
Well, Clover's shot off again. She's running back down the corridor. She's thrown caution to the wind. She's come back from the holidays, and she's like, "Let's just do this."
All you hear is tiny little.
She's like, "Where's she gone again?" She's accelerated.
The pitter patter of little feet.
Little feet running back down the corridor.
It's like the gnome in Cat's Eye. All right, let's go check out the doors, the door at the top of the stairs, and then we'll decide if we're gonna go.
Which way was it? It was back this way.
All right, I'll just move you guys there because rather than you're doing it, I'll just move you quickly, get you there.
Yeah.
Don't have to.
Does anybody have better listen at doors than 2 and 6?
No. Clover's got the best. Clover's got the best for hearing.
Mine's 1. Listen at door. So I'll hold the orb and I'll stand back here.
Just be aware that will mess up your magic stone that gives you additional armor or strength. I can't remember.
Right.
But
someone's got to hold
messes
it. So.
all. Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know why are we carrying this then?
Well, it might protect us from a very powerful sorcerer.
Huh. But we can't do anything with it while we're holding it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Anything within 30 feet of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it was obviously designed to keep the dragon from doing anything nasty with its magical abilities, so that's probably why it was in there.
Right.
We can always
roll a d6. Roll a d6, Clover.
All right. Wish me luck.
Okay.
That's successful.
That's successful. So if there's anything to hear, you will hear it. And you listen carefully, and you can't really hear anything on the other side of the door. It seems to be pretty quiet.
Okay. I think we're pretty safe to crack the door open slightly. Who has the key?
Freyo's got the key. He's also who's got the orb at the moment?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, Ada, did you want to cast your detect magic?
She's too. Freya's too close.
Freya, step back and I can detect danger.
You're not the boss of me.
That's it.
Humans.
Okay, it's out of the range. Okay, you're going to cast detect danger, so it's going to start lasting for 30 minutes. So I'll do that. Okay, so I'll make a note of that. Okay, it's an automatic cast. So from where you are, if you go up against the door, you do not detect any danger on the other side of the door.
Okay.
All right, so you want to try the lock on the door with the key?
Oh.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so it's not on this map, but basically when you click the lock, the door opens and you want to immediately get some light, and you can tell straight away that it must be the inside of the castle. And I will move you to... I will move you to where you are, which is
Where are we? Large open area.
Okay, so if I do that. Oh, that's interesting. I would have thought.
Oh my god, the doors.
Oh, wow. What happened there?
Many choices.
Where are we? So this is a hallway in the castle.
Yeah, so it's like an entry area into the castle, and there's a series of doors. And when you look down, there's a passageway going down. So yeah, there's a whole number of doors with rooms around you. All right, how are we going for time, guys?
I'm good.
You good? Everyone's okay?
Yeah, a little more. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Okay. All right. So let me just.
Is that a window at the end of the hall?
It is, and there should be light coming through. I don't know why it's not giving me more light. I might actually see if I can change the settings.
What light through yonder window breaks?
Just make it.
'Tis broken.
Daylight. Right. Dynamic lighting is not the best, but yeah, it's lit. There's definitely light coming from this window right here.
Do we want to start checking these rooms and see what's in here?
Can I also use detect danger? I've still got that going, so could I potentially listen at each door and see if there's danger?
I'm not sure. I'm far enough away
from
so
you.
I'm holding that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you might have to. Either someone's going to have to hang back quite a bit, or you just need to ditch the orb and put it somewhere where you can retrieve it, maybe.
I think it might be good if we ditch the orb for a little bit, since this looked like a lot more narrow hallways and room that we can always maintain the distance.
Yeah, I agree.
So ditch the orb?
And put it somewhere where if we need it, we can come back to get it.
If we check one of these rooms, they're probably small rooms, so maybe we could hide it in one of these rooms.
Okay. So which room are you wanting to?
Well, go in and check the room first and see if there's anything like available that we'd like to have, and then we can just like tuck it in the corner or something like that.
So Freyord, if you go to the window.
Okay, Lisa's gone into a room.
Oh, okay. I was going to say Ada could feel at the door and see if there's anything bad in there, but Elise has also.
Everyone's just throwing caution to the wind today.
Yeah.
Everyone's just running in.
Said.
Just go
the
for it.
The ladies' turns to just be like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Elise has just gone in. The room that you've gone in is, it just seems to be a room full of just some bits of furniture and.
Elise's favorite.
Elise's eyes light up. It seems to be like a bit of a dumping room, a bit of a storage room. It's just got some chairs and small benches and things. It doesn't appear to be a occupied room as such. There's no bed or anything in there.
It looks like a perfect place to hide a giant orb of magic dispelling crap.
All right, so I'm going to put it in the corner here.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody puts Orby in the corner.
And nobody forget which room we put it in either.
You're going to write it down on the map.
Write it on orb.
Orb here.
All right, so you drop off the orb. Okay.
Neil, does that typing show up and does it stay on the map?
It's a look. Here be the orb. Here be the orb. Yes, it's still on the map. Still on there. Unless I clear it, it won't go away.
Okay, I'm also going to make note on my makeshift map.
Okay.
What happened?
Just hang on, I'll be right back. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
I'm still here, right? Okay, good.
What was that, Renault? What was that, Brad?
My computer's not doing well, and it sounded like everyone just stopped talking all of a sudden. I thought it disconnected me.
No, everyone didn't stop talking.
Okay.
Tracy's furiously making notes of stuff, and yeah. Ada, you aren't detecting any danger around you at the moment.
Good.
So we should start checking the other doors in this hallway.
Yep. Okay. Which one are you doing?
Just go systematically.
Okay. All right. So you open up this door. This room is obviously occupied, or has been occupied in the past. It has a bed in there, and it has just a small table, and there seems to be a few there's a dirty pair of shoes with mud on them and stuff on the ground. The bed looks like it had been slept in, hasn't been made or anything like that, but there's no one else in the room.
Can we check around and see if there's any belongings in here that would tell us who might have stayed here other than the shoes, or is that it?
You find on the bench, you find a small box, and when you open up, it's got some personal belongings in it, like some like a razor for shaving, and there's a bowl there where they could fill it with water to do shaving or wash themselves. A small hand mirror. There is.
I'd like to take the hand mirror.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. See around corners.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But yeah, this
is the kind of place that would have a Medusa or something like.
More snakes.
Basilisk.
Yeah, so there just seems to be some belongings, but there's nothing that has anyone's name on it or anything. There's nothing really besides taking the mirror or whatever. There's really nothing of real value in there. There's a small little chest which has got some clothes in it. The clothes seem to be fairly worn. They're not particularly good quality. They're sort of fairly coarsely woven material, and they are kind of if there's any pants in there, they're quite clearly worn on the knees, and they've been used in some sort of labouring activities. They're quite worn.
You want to come check this next door?
Let's go.
All right. This one.
You get close
this one
enough,
here.
You'll know.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay. You can open that door.
Any danger?
Ada's not detecting any danger, but there is a bit of an odor. And when you open it, congratulations, guys! You found the privy.
Anyone need to use the loo?
It has been a few hours.
It's been a while. Yeah, if you've been caught short, you've just been urinating in the dungeon corridors or something. But yeah, no, that's the privy.
All right, and then the next room.
This room here, open, and when you go, hang on, one person. Again, Ada doesn't detect any danger. This room again seems to be someone's quarters. There's a bed in there again, and a chest and all that. The objects and the personal belongings in this room are of a more feminine nature. And you actually can hear some sound now. You can actually hear coming through the walls beside you. You are basically you can hear the clanging of like pans and pots and things like that. You can hear sort of like metallic clanging sounds and crockery sounds coming from inside through that wall. It's just like a fairly thin interior wall, but the actual room that you were in is like I said, it's got more sort of feminine clothes and things in there, and you find things like aprons and so on, and dresses in a chest.
So is the banging sound coming from this way?
Yeah.
Probably the kitchen. Can I peek out the window and see what this window looks out on? Is it the garden?
Yes, you can peek out the window, and I tell you that
As I stand on the ground and jump.
You're tall enough to be able to see out the window. And if I got my map, yes, you can see or opens out onto a garden area with shrubs and bushes and things, and you can see what appears to be a well.
That's what I had. That's where I came out before.
Okay. I am stuck on the window. I can't move.
Here you go.
I'm stuck in this hallway. I don't know which room. Where is everyone?
Why can't everyone see?
Why can't we see in each room?
There you go. There you are. You're all there. It's the way the dynamic lighting works in this thing. I should probably turn it off and just make it daylight. Should I do that? Yeah, I should probably do that. Just it just becomes a bit.
Will
annoying.
that show us everything that's in a room that we haven't opened a door to yet?
Good question.
Everybody close your eyes while Neil tries it. Nope.
Promise I'm not looking.
I've got daylight mode on. I turn daylight off. What can you see now?
The layout of the whole thing.
Okay, no, I don't really want that. So I will turn daylight mode on. Yeah, no. I'll try and redo the map so it's a bit easier for the next session. All right, okay, so you're basically in that hallway. There's a doorway just to the right of just here. There's a door.
So I'm gonna whisper. I think that's the kitchen.
You can clearly hear some noises on the other side of that door. Ada, you're not detecting any danger though.
Go in there. We're gonna have to attack them, and we're attacking basically the cooks of the castle. Essentially nothing.
So what are you going to do? Opening the door?
That's That's potentially going to alert everyone in the castle, though.
Yeah, let's avoid the kitchen for now. I don't think there's anything we need from the kitchen.
Yeah. It might just be dangerous. Like, we don't know if they'd be on our side or not.
No.
Well, to the south of you, there's just a long corridor with just a series of rooms, a series of doors. Just a little bit. Just you can see here. There appears to be a staircase going up.
Should we check this floor first before going up?
I'm good to check. I think we should check the rooms just to see. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of quarters for staff, but it's worth.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, we may come across something useful, like someone keep a diary that could tell us more of what's going on in this place.
Yeah. So you want to try and open this doorway then?
Neil,
Yeah.
the clothing that we found in those two rooms, does it look like human-sized clothing or
Yes.
goblin?
Human size.
Human size, okay. So we're not probably going to find goblins anymore. So if we do come across someone, we might be able to question them.
Yep.
Also, I can probably stay for 10, 15 more minutes, then I have to go.
Okay, cool. Well, we can do a couple more rooms before you finish up. All right, so you can open this door here. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, Ada, you wanting to check for danger?
Yeah, Ada's trying to join you.
All right, I'll move you in front of the doorway, and it is you don't detect any danger within your radius. So if I open that.
Gosh, that's a very helpful.
Okay, Oglin will go in first to open up. Okay, again, this seems to be this one's a bit different. It seems to be someone's quarters. There is a distinctively off smell in this room. There is a bed that has been slept in. It's messy. There's a desk, and there seems to be some bits of paper and scrolls, and pinned up on the walls there also seems to be drawings of like anatomy and so on. And there's like an old candle on the desk that's been extinguished, and there's a quill and so on. It looks like someone's sort of like work or study desk. And then of course there's another table with a basin and so on. But there's a distinct off sort of smell in this room, and there seems to be a bunch of papers scattered on the desk, and it's like being Clover and Elise being magically inclined recognize it's similar to the writings that you found in that spell book.
All right, we got a spell book.
Yeah, you got a spell book from the necromancer guy apprentice that you killed in the dungeon.
Can I check the paper and scroll on the desk to see if there's anything that stand out or magical that we can take?
All right. From what you can see, you don't necessarily see anything that's like a magic scroll as such, but you can see there's some writings and notes and so on. There's and the writing, it's not written in any sort of magical script. It's in just normal sort of common, but you can see it's like someone's study notes. And it seems to be that the general gist of all the writing is sort of necromancery. So this could possibly be the room of that apprentice that you encountered.
Can I check around and see if I can tell where that smell is coming from? Yeah,
okay. You read around, and then there's a box on the floor below the desk that the odor seems to be emanating from.
I know.
It's so close to the kitchen too.
Yeah.
So unhygienic.
I feel like. Can somebody open this box and tell me what's inside?
Or you have a thief that could check for traps.
I-
Although she doesn't even have to check for traps because she's got the detect danger spell.
Danger.
Yeah.
And she's not detecting
Yeah,
any
we did
danger.
Oh, I like this ability.
So I'll open the box.
All right, you open the box, and it's not nice. It's quite grisly. There's like a hand, partially decomposing hand.
Oh, that's hot.
Wait, there's like a monkey paw, or like a human hand.
It's not a monkey
like
paw.
Some kind of monkey paw.
It's not a monkey paw.
Make a wish.
No, it's just like a human hand, and the tendons are sort of still sticking out of the wrist, and like there's like little forceps and things to like pull on the tendons to make the fingers sort of curl.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, it's a bit icky, and it's a bit smelly, and a bit sort of on the turn. That's his homework, I'm assuming.
Can any of those notes help us read the magic book that we got?
The magic book you've got, you would need to cast your read magic spell.
Oh, okay.
And once you've cast it, you'll be able to read the magic in the spell book, and you don't have to recast. Once you've been able to read it once, you can then read it forever. But so say for example, Clover cast it, she could read it, but you wouldn't be able to. You would have to cast it yourself to be able to read it as well.
Probably should save it for before we go to bed, just to save up the spell slot for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea to do it at that point. Yeah. All right, what's next? Anything else you want to do in this room?
I wanna. Yeah, no, I think I'm okay. There's no books or anything.
No, there's, like I said, just scraps of paper where the necromancer guy has scribbled some notes and so on.
Good if we move on.
And the icky hand.
And the icky hand, yes.
We taking the icky hand with us?
So, like, what's the old,
Sure, does Elise want it? Does Elise want
Does Elise want it?
it?
Bits in her bag.
It's not exotic enough for Elise. It's got to be ogre bits or dragon scales or weird mushrooms.
Oh, so sorry.
Do we want to take it back and give it to the owl bear? I'm kidding.
give the owlbear a hand?
All right.
Yeah. Applause with it.
Moving on down the corridor then.
Mm. Yeah.
All right, Ada, you're outside the next door. Again, you're not detecting any danger at this point.
Open the door. What's behind door number 5?
Okay. All right. Again, this. Oh, is that the right room? Did we go into the right room, or I think I went into the wrong room? No, it was this room here, wasn't it?
Yeah, we skipped a room. I'm in front of the next.
Yeah, it's this room. Yeah, not that room. Let's close that. All right.
I'm next.
This room. Okay, so this room appears to be the room of another apprentice. But this one, it's similarly kitted out. It's got a bed, it's got a desk, and so on. But this room is a lot messier. There is papers all over the floor, and writing on them, and some of it appears to be in common, and then other writings is some language that you do not recognize. Although actually, the bard could do a check. You could do a law check.
Yes, I have.
It's 1 or 2, isn't it?
2 out of 6.
Roll a d6. 3. Okay. Yeah. So just picking up the bits of paper and all that, it's a language that you're not familiar with. But yeah, there seems to be, and there's drawings as well on the ground. There's like drawings of like, because Clover and Elise are from a magical, sort of arcane magical background. There's like diagrams and drawings and magical drawings and things, and some of them seem to relate to things like astral planes or different sort of dimensions. And there's drawings and things, and like there's like maps of showing like astral maps showing different layers. And then some of the papers have been torn up, and they're just like been torn up into pieces, and they're just scattered on the floor. And things have been knocked over in the room, like the candlestick's been knocked over, and one of the boxes has been one of the personal belongings has been spilled out on the floor. And there's some nice neat writing, and then there's some really messy scribbly writing. Like some of it's in common, saying like I don't know, something like he has risen or something like that, or he is coming. There's a lot of bit of chaos going on in this room.
Elise, I feel like we should take these maps. I mean, even if we don't know what to do with them right now.
Yeah, they're sort of showing, like they might draw a map and it might show like the material plane where we all exist within, and then there's like different astral planes or levels. Some can be like underworld levels, some can be, you know, it's very confusing, but it's clearly something to do with astral dimensions and so on.
You're sure I can't read any of that language, right? Because I know 5 languages.
What are your languages?
Common, Gnomish, Dwarvish, Kobold, and Dragon.
No. It seems to be, it's a language that none of you are familiar with. The writing is quite. Some of the writing on some of the pieces of paper are almost like someone has just like written in big letters, like they've hurriedly written it, like they're aggressively writing on the paper. Eh?
They're crazy.
I don't know.
Like they've lost it.
Possibly.
Or maybe there's like a struggle in the room where the one who is in here is someone that is trapped in one of those cells that we came across.
I hope it wasn't that goblin.
Yeah.
You know what would have been really helpful at this point is if we had believed one of the apprentices, freed them, brought them with us, if we knew we could trust them, and then they would have known where everything was.
I still think that would have been a potentially bad idea, because they might have been fine until we get here, and then they start screaming for their friends because they're really actually brainwashed by whatever this thing is.
True. Would my detect danger have worked on people? As in, if they had bad intentions, would that have worked on them?
That's a good question. I can double check. I think it might have. So
run down and go and grab one.
Detect danger. The caster knows whether the area, creature, or object poses a danger to their person. This knowledge distinguishes between immediate dangers and potential dangers.
Don't know that would have worked on a person.
Possibly, yeah. If you had got the idea that person was suddenly going to lunge at you to attack you, you would get a premonition of it happening beforehand.
You're Deanna Troy.
It's amazing. How often can I use this spell? It's amazing.
Once a day.
Pretty handy.
When Brad used it, we were kind of out in the open. The only thing that was there was like an outhouse or something. Yeah, actually, the spell's probably not going to go for much longer because you've been exploring these rooms. So it goes for 3 turns. You've definitely used up 1 turn of it. Almost up to the second turn now. All right. What do you want to do next? So to the left of you, you've got that room where that apprentice room, and then there's a staircase going to the upwards to another level. But the corridor continues.
Is there a door at the top of the staircase, or is it open?
No, it's open.
Can we hear anything coming down from up there?
Roll a d20. No, sorry, not d20. Roll a d6. No, you don't hear anything. Okay. All right. How are you going, Debbie, for time?
I think I should probably head out.
Yeah, we've been going for nearly 3 hours now, so we probably might be a point to pause. What does everyone think?
Yeah.
I think that sounds good.
All right then. Okay, so you're finally inside the castle and you're starting to explore. You've got a bit more information. Narrowly avoiding death in the case of Adder with the pit viper. Sorry.
It would have been funny if it was a black adder.
Ah, yes.
I'd like to point out Clover almost died too, but hers was much more embarrassing. She didn't almost die from a pit viper. She almost died from a Venus flytrap mushroom piece of garbage.
It's a scary looking piece of garbage.
All right, that was a good session. We got a few things accomplished there. That's great.
Wow.
All right, so hopefully we can get together within the next couple of weeks and do another session.
Yeah. The doodles, everyone's filled out the doodle for the...
Yeah, if everyone can complete the doodle to update the calendar, that would be great. And we can schedule the session really soon. Otherwise, if there's nothing else anyone wants to add, we can wrap it up. Have a good rest of the weekend.
Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
Yep. Have a great time, and we'll speak to you soon.
Happy New
Neil,
Year
let us know if you're...
Happy New Year. Thanks, Neil.
What was that, Murph?
Let us know if your missus gets home soon.
Yep, we'll do. All right, guys. Yep. Okay. Yes. Happy New Year, and see you real soon. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.